Hello, thank you for joining the Kansas Association of Volunteer Engagers webinar about Basecamp. My name's Jamie Crispin. I'm with the Kansas Volunteer Commission, and I'm going to be doing a short tutorial about the different features in Basecamp and how to use them. So just before we get started, Basecamp is really a web-based online resource which allows us to organize communication and have it in a central place. So this software was generously donated by Volunteer Kansas. We're very excited to have it for the next year, and this is a free service to anybody who works with volunteers throughout the state of Kansas. So we hope that many volunteer managers will use this to share best practices, to ask questions, and of course to add any kind of trainings or professional development that would benefit others. So please use this. Please use it often, add content or documents and events when applicable. We're very excited that Basecamp has these great features. So one of the things is that you do have to be invited. So hopefully you have received an email to log into your account and kind of create a little profile. Just so you know, once you get the invitation, it's valid for 48 hours. So if you miss the invitation, then you'll want to contact me, Jamie Crispin, at CRISP as in Paul IN at ksde.org, and I'd be happy to send you a new one. So here you'll see when you log into Basecamp what it looks like. It'll have the title of who we are and then the individuals who are part of this group. We of course would recommend that you add a photo, again, just a nice way to network and to meet new people. You can see that there are 5 different features that we have incorporated into Basecamp right now. And I'll spend some time talking about each one. There's a chat room, a message board, a calendar, online library, and then even a way that you can send forward emails. So just so that we can kind of get started in order. And here's a calendar. And you can see that anybody is able to click on this blue icon here and add a new event and follow the prompts. One thing that I will say is when you are adding items, you'll want to make sure that you put the link in that is required to register if that's it, or the contact person of who you have to connect with. And we highly recommend that you say exactly where it's at. If it's in Topeka, if it's in Wichita, since we are kind of working with people all over the state. There's a way to add photos and everything when you add an event. And the other thing too is you could click here, your subscription. You can have people notified when this event is coming up, or you could, if you are getting these notifications in your email box, there's a way that you can unsubscribe yourself from receiving notifications too. So that's kind of how the calendar works, that you'll be able to add events and see kind of what's coming up. The other thing that I want to talk about is this chat room. Sometimes it's also known as Campfire, but this is kind of like an instant messaging thing. If you happen to see that somebody is on, you're able to go ahead and write a note to them. And the great thing is that you could actually do the @ signal, find the person's name, and click on them, and then it'll go ahead and connect you with that person, or you could directly communicate with that person. So that's the IM. You can see you can add an attachment, and of course there's a little emoji if you'd like to add that. So again, chat room is really when you want to talk to somebody in real time. The message board is a little bit different. The message board is when you want to post a question or you have an announcement and you don't really want a response right away, or you expect that when you write something that people will need to gather information and send it a little bit later. So this is kind of something that people can reply to. Very easy. You can do a new message, and it has all the different ways that you could create your message, and you can add different announcements and things like that. So you are welcome to go ahead and play around with the message board. Then another great resource, and this is really where we hope you all as CAVE will add more things, but there's online library. We have generic titles here, and these titles may change, but you are welcome if you have a really great training manual and you want to add, kind of your orientation schedule, that you can go ahead and add a document. You can make a new folder if it's something specific to your organization, to mentoring organizations. There's even a way once you add a document that you can update it for later. So again, we may be adding more of these kind of folders, but please feel free to use this and to add your documents in. And then this last feature is actually really cool. So say you get a great forward from an organization and it's about a training, maybe it's mental health first aid that's going to be happening in Emporia, and you think that individuals in this community might want to know about it. You could go ahead and copy this link right here. And then when you go to your email, actually add it into the to part of the email and then hit send, and it will go ahead and automatically forward whatever email you got directly into Basecamp. And you can see that I've done it here, that you'll be able to see the conference and it has all the information. You actually, when you forward something, the great thing is that the attachments stay in there. So you don't have to worry about going back in and adding an attachment. And the user who sent it doesn't get notified that you forwarded it. So that's also something that I hope that you'll continue to use. I think one of the other things that I want to say is that you will want to go into your profile here. You can click on your picture and they talk about notifications. So a lot of times you have to go in and either turn the focus mode is if you don't want to receive any notifications for a while, you can do that and it'll kind of resume a day later. Or you can go ahead and change your different notifications based on if you only want to receive an email once a day from CAVE, or maybe you want to receive something every time somebody posts. You have the opportunity to adjust that here. And I highly recommend, based on how you want this to happen, that you go in and go ahead and adjust your settings. There's also, if I hadn't mentioned it just really quickly, if you're getting a lot of emails because people are posting in the message board, you can either turn on your focus mode, which I just showed you, or if you go into the message board, you're able to scroll down here and say unsubscribe me or subscribe me, and that will also help minimize or allow you to see every kind of notification that comes in. So those are all the tips and features of Basecamp. We hope that you will continue to use this. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me either through Basecamp or directly at jcrispin@ksde.org. And again, we want to thank Volunteer Kansas for donating this great software to CAVE. Thank you so much.